Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Do you know who sings that?
Rawhide Frankie Lane.
So yeah, probably the original. That was Limp Bizkit though. So they did their own
Well,
version,
Frankie Lane was known as Limp Bizkit.
but only to his wife.
Roll.
All right, guys, this is a very special day, folks. This is episode number 40. 40 of the Not So Serious Life. I am Jason Goldberg. That is Stephen Diane Chandler. And we
Rolling,
are
rolling,
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 rolling, rolling, rolling.
rolling. Keep the
Maybe we can
cameras
get
rolling.
Limp Bizkit to sponsor our show. Rolling, rolling.
That's a good idea. If not Peanuts, right? Because you had that really cool picture of you in the
Wasn't
Peanut
it,
set.
wasn't it Limp Bizkit who did the Rawhide theme, or am I thinking of Frankie Lane?
Oh, yeah, those two get confused all
I
the time,
confuse
Steve.
those two all the time, and I got them on a mashup and a mix, and I'm wondering who is this, Frankie Lane or Limp Bizkit?
Yeah, it's just like confusing George Harrison with John Boehner. I mean, they
Can I
look so
ask you
much
a
alike.
question?
You can always ask me a question, Steve. Yeah.
So do you like the name of this show?
The Not So Serious Life, I love it.
Oh, okay, good. Because if you start to get a little wobbly on that, one of our viewers has sent me a book,
Oh,
and
gosh.
it could be if we want to change the name and just have the show have a little more edge and bite to it.
Okay,
This book is a great idea.
let's do it. Badass Ultimate Deathmatch. That kind of does describe the show in a way.
Yeah, and actually, it's an amazingly good book. You wouldn't think this is like it's not. You wouldn't confuse it with the five love languages, which you promote. That's the kind of book you promote.
California books, yeah.
Yeah, but this badass, the ultimate death match, it has all these different death matches through history. And if we ever want to put a little more bite into our show, we could have our exchange be like a death match.
And in some ways, to some people, it probably already is.
Could be.
Yeah, and that came from Connor, right? Our viewer Connor.
Connor, yeah, thank you,
Awesome.
Connor. That
Thank
was
you,
it's so
Connor.
cool and such a good book, really.
Awesome. Very cool. Glad you got that. Awesome. All right. So we are on to episode number 40, and I have got a doozy of a question for us today, Steve. So you ready to jump into it?
Yeah.
Okay. So this question is from Erik. And Erik says, why do I force myself to do work I don't enjoy when I know what I really want to do? So he says, what can you do when you're trying to serve, but it just feels forced and you don't enjoy what you do? I'm in real estate and I just cannot make myself fully commit. I know I want to write, but I do not do it. Instead, I force myself to work at things I do not enjoy. Crazy, huh? So Erik says, why do I force myself to do work I don't enjoy when I know what I really want to do? And I mean, my take on this, Steve, is that I think that it's because it's safe, right? It's safe. The little voices in your head don't chatter when you're doing something safe. So there may be something, it's like Stephen Pressfield writes about, right? With resistance. He writes about resistance all the time. And we really love something and care about something. Sometimes it's really hard for us to do those things because we care about it, because it's not safe. And one of the things that pops up for me when I think about this, because I think we've all gone through this, Steve, when we coach people, I know I see this a lot, and I'm sure you do too. There's plenty of people who are just like Erik who say, I know what I want to do. I want to write, or I want to be a coach, or I want to be an entrepreneur, or I want to be a triathlete. They want to do all these things and they don't do it. And a lot of times they'll say it's because I'm scared. And what we find a lot, I think, is it's really more a competing commitment for them. Right? It's a competing commitment. They're really committed. They say they're committed to doing this one thing, writing, being a coach, being an entrepreneur, but they're also committed to staying safe with what it is they know and what it is that's, the lesser of the two evils. So one of the questions that we tend to ask around competing commitments are a couple questions that really, I think, kind of short circuit the brain, but they can be really powerful questions is, what would be the worst thing for Erik? What would be the worst thing if you actually did more writing? And what would be the best thing if you did no writing at all? And those sound really counterintuitive or counterproductive, but there's something there that is better off for you when you don't write and worse off for you in your mind if you do write. Right? Does that make sense, Steve, the way I'm saying it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And while you were talking, it wasn't because I wasn't listening.
Yeah.
I drew this little thing that occurred to me.
Yeah.
So here.
Sad but safe. Move it to the middle a little bit just to make sure. There we go. Beautiful. Perfect. Sad but safe. What does that mean to you, Steve?
I think it's pretty self-explanatory, Jason.
Is this how you feel?
Are you looking for a deeper meaning here?
Is this how you feel when you come to do the show with me? That it's sad but safe?
No, but that's a lot of people's position in life. It's like, I'm trapped. I don't like it. No. What's our caller's name again? I know it. I just want to know if you remember it. Erik?
Yes.
So if I'm sitting with Erik, I would say, Erik, you're asking me why you do that. I want to ask you why you do it. Because really, if Erik gets real quiet with himself or takes a long walk, he might find out why it's not such a mystery. It doesn't have to be a big mystery. Why do I do that? Why do I do that? It can be like, it makes sense to do that for now. You might want the income. So how can you enjoy what you're doing and start mixing in a little bit of writing? A lot of great writers had day jobs and wrote on the side until their writing got so popular they transitioned. It didn't have to be either or. James Patterson, he writes all these mystery books.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he's sold literally tens of millions of books. But his first couple mysteries, he worked at an ad agency, and he worked 10 hours a day in an ad agency. But he came in an hour early every day and went to his office and closed the door, and he wrote for an hour on this mystery. And then he did his regular life. And the mystery sold very well, and he was able to transition to be a full-time writer. So it's not always either or.
Yeah.
You can do both.
Yeah, and the other thing too is that the job doesn't have to be the enemy of the work that you love,
Yeah.
right? And so many people do that. They go to work and they hate their job for 8 hours, and then they think that they can just turn that off and be super motivated and positive when they're done. But it's too much of an energy suck. So there's a guy named John Acuff. He's a really funny writer. I don't know if you know him or not, but he wrote a book called Quitter, and he was a copywriter who wanted to be a book writer and a speaker. And he has a chapter in his book where he talks about falling in like with your job. Right? You don't have to love it. It doesn't have to be your dream job, but just to recognize that job that you have, even if it's not the thing you love doing, has elements of the thing that you love doing in it and is the financier for the thing that you really want to do. So this thing is like a glorious gift if you see it that way to help you even more quickly get into the thing that you love to do. So treat it like it's the financier, treat it like it's something that you can like, and don't worry about having to love it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and real estate's kind of cool. I mean, you get to talk to people. I can only imagine the stories that you get. I don't know what kind of writing Erik's doing, but whether it's fiction or nonfiction, so much to gather from all the people you meet in real estate that you can write about, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Great question, Erik. Thank you very much for being our question for episode number 40. We're having so much fun with this. We're getting close to being halfway to 100 here, Steve. This is pretty cool.
Well, your math is a little off here, but 40%, you think that's half? No wonder you're so optimistic all the time.
Math is not my strong suit. Look, my hair part was supposed to be in the middle. Look what I did. All right, so that was episode number 40 of The Not So Serious Life. Guys, keep sending your questions in to questions@thenotsoseriouslife.com. We love to get them. We love to answer them. We love to have fun with them. And we love to have fun with you. So don't forget to go over to our website, thenotsoseriouslife.com. You can sign up for our inner circle. You can hit us on Facebook. You can contact us from there. You can do all kinds of fun stuff. And we love you guys. So we will see you next time. Have a wonderful day. For Stevie D, JG, lots of love. Peace out.
Peace.